Step back in time with me, about 80 million years ago, to the late Cretaceous period. The world is a different place. The continents are still shifting, and vast inland seas cover what is now dry land. In these ancient waters, two titans reigned supreme. But which one was the true apex predator? Was it the ferocious Mosasaur or the enigmatic Plesiosaur? Today, we're diving deep into the prehistoric oceans to settle this epic rivalry once and for all. Welcome to the ultimate showdown, Mosasaur versus Plesiosaur. Before we pit them against each other, let's get to know our contenders. These weren't dinosaurs, but marine reptiles that dominated the oceans while dinosaurs ruled the land. They lived in a world teeming with life, from giant ammonites to formidable sharks like Cretoxira. But among these creatures, Mosasaurs and Plesiosaurs were in a league of their own. They were the undisputed giants, the sharks and killer whales of their time. Understanding their environment is key to understanding their power. The Cretaceous seas were warm, shallow, and full of opportunities for a predator with the right tools. But which one had the better toolkit for total domination? Let's find out. First up, let's meet the Mosasaur, the ocean's tyrant. The name Mosasaur means lizard of the Meuse River, where the first fossils were discovered, and what a lizard it was. This wasn't your garden variety reptile. Imagine a Komodo dragon, but supersized, given a powerful fluke-like tail, and set loose in the ocean. That's a Mosasaur. They weren't a single species, but a whole family of them, ranging in size from a few meters to the colossal Mosasaurus hoffmanni, which could reach lengths of up to 17 meters or 56 feet. That's longer than a school bus. Their bodies were built for power and speed. They had a long, streamlined physique, but their most lethal weapon was their head. A Mosasaur skull was incredibly robust, equipped with a double-hinged jaw, much like a snake's. This allowed them to open their mouths incredibly wide and swallow massive prey whole. And those mouths were filled with rows of sharp, conical teeth, designed for one thing: gripping and tearing. They even had a second set of teeth on the roof of their mouth, called pterygoid teeth, which acted like a conveyor belt, helping to pull struggling prey down their throat. There's no escape. What did they eat? Pretty much anything they wanted. Fossil evidence shows their diets included fish, sharks, ammonites, sea turtles, and even other smaller They were opportunistic, ambushed predators, likely using bursts of speed to surprise their victims from below. Their powerful, paddle-like limbs and a strong tail fluke allowed for explosive acceleration. The Mosasaur wasn't just a hunter. It was a killing machine, perfectly adapted to be the top predator of the late Cretaceous seas. It was a true brute, relying on sheer force and a devastating bite to claim its throne. Now, let's turn our attention to our other contender, the Plesiosaur, the long-necked enigma of the deep. Plesiosaurs were around for much longer than Mosasaurs, first appearing in the late Triassic and surviving all the way to the end of the Cretaceous. They names near to lizard, and they are perhaps one of the most iconic and strange-looking prehistoric creatures. They are the classic image of the Loch Ness monster with a barrel-shaped body for powerful flippers, a short tail, and, of course, that incredibly long neck. But not all plesiosaurs were the same. There were two main types: the long-necked Elastomosaurids, like elas, had necks that could have up to 76 vertebrae more than any other animal in history. Their necks could be over half their total body length, reaching up to 14 meters or 46 feet. Then there were the short-necked plesiosaurs, like the mighty dragons of the Plesiosaur world, with massive heads and short, thick necks. For our battle today, we'll focus on the classic long-necked Plesiosaur, as they were the contemporaries of the Mosasaur. So, what was that long neck for? For a long time, paleontologists thought they used it like a snake, striking at prey from above the water. But recent studies suggest that's unlikely. The neck was probably more rigid than we thought, but still flexible enough to be a fantastic hunting tool. The most popular theory is that plesiosaurs were stock and ambush hunters. They would swim slowly, using their foreflippers in a unique underwater flight motion, and use their long neck to dart their small head into schools of fish or ammonites, catching them by surprise. Their teeth were long, slender, and interlocking, perfect for creating a cage to trap slippery prey like fish and squid. They weren't built for tearing apart large animals, but for precision hunting of smaller, faster meals. They were the strategists, the patient hunters of the ancient ocean. Alright, the moment of truth has arrived. We have the brute force of the Mosasaur against the strategic precision of the Plesiosaur. Let's simulate a showdown in the open waters of the western interior seaway. Imagine a 14-meter Elasmosaurus gracefully scanning for a meal. Its long neck gives it incredible reach, and its wide field of vision lets it monitor a large area. It's a successful hunter in its own right, a master of its domain. But then, a shadow emerges from the depths below. A 17-meter Mosasaurus, larger and far more powerful, has spotted the Plesiosaur. The Mosasaur is not interested in a fair fight. It's an ambush predator. It uses its immense tail power to launch itself upwards at incredible speed. The Plesiosaur might detect the movement at the last second, but its long neck, its greatest asset for hunting, now becomes its greatest vulnerability. It's a huge, exposed target. The Mosasaur wouldn't bother with an e-ball. It would aim for a disabling, catastrophic first strike. With its massive double-inch jaw, it would lock onto the Plesiosaur's body, or more likely, its neck. The crushing force of that bite would be immense, shattering bone and causing fatal injuries instantly. The Plesiosaur's interlocking teeth, perfect for catching fish, would be useless against the armored, muscular hide of the Mosasaur. The foreflippers, great for maneuverability, would be no match for the raw propulsive power of the Mosasaur's attack. In almost any one-on-one scenario, the verdict is clear. The Mosasaur's size, speed, and sheer bite force would overwhelm while the Plesiosaur was a highly successful and long-lived group of animals. The later Mosasaurs that shared the seas with them were simply on another level of the food chain. The fossil record even supports this. With some Mosasaur fossils containing the remains of Plesiosaur, it seems a simulated showdown has happened for real in the past. So, while both were titans, the title of ultimate apex predator of the late Cretaceous seas has to go to the Mosasaur. So what happened to these incredible sea monsters? Around 66 million years ago, the same asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs on land also devastated the marine ecosystems. The food chains collapsed, and the oceans became a barren, toxic environment. With nothing to eat, these giant reptiles, the mosasaurs and plesiosaurs, vanished from the earth forever. Their reign was over, but their legacy lives on. Their fossils have captivated us for centuries, inspiring myths, legends, and blockbuster movies. They're a powerful reminder of a time when monsters truly roamed the earth. And though they are gone, echoes of their evolutionary strategies can still be seen today. The ambush predation of the Mosasaur is mirrored in the great white shark, and the unique four-flipper swimming of the Plesiosaur is studied by engineers who design more efficient underwater vehicles. These ancient sea kings may be gone, but they are far from forgotten. They continue to fuel our imagination and our quest to understand the incredible history of life on our planet. The Mosasaur may have won our battle today, but the story of both these magnificent creatures is a testament to the power and wonder of evolution. What do you think? Did we get it right? Let me know in the comments which prehistoric battle you want to see next. Thanks for diving deep with us today. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.